Alright, so for this video, we're just going to continue with some more percentage examples. Let's go. So here we have 420 is what percent of 300? Alright, let's read that again. 420 is what percent of 300? So 300 is the number we want to find the percent of, and 420 is the result. 300 is the number we want to find the percentage of, and 420 is the result. We're missing the actual percentage. Alright, but I need you to know that this is the number we're finding the percentage of, and this is the result. So let's write it up. We're going to say 300 multiplied by some percentage, y, we don't know it yet, is equal to 420. Alright, we want y to be the subject, so we divide both sides by 300. Alright, we now have y by itself because this cancels this. We now have y by itself, which will be equal to 420 over 300, which is 1.4. This is the decimal version of the percentage. This is the decimal version of the percentage. What does that mean? We need to multiply this by 100 to know what percentage 420 is of 300. Alright, so when we multiply this by 100, we see that the result is 140. So we know that 420 is 140% of 300. Because 420 is bigger than 300, the percentage is more than likely greater than 100. Alright, another example. What is 35% of 35? What is 35% of 35? So now 35 is a number we want to find the percentage of. Multiply that by the actual 35% equal to some number we don't know. We're given the percentage in this case. So it's pretty straightforward. We convert this to decimal because we can't actually do any computation with this. So we have to convert this percentage, to decimal. So now we have 35 multiplied by 0.35. That's how we convert from a percentage to decimal. How we convert from a decimal to percentage, we multiply by 100. To convert from a percentage to decimal, we divide by 100. You can put that in your calculator. The result will be 12 and 25. Alright? Really easy stuff. Now we proceed. 47 is what percentage, or 47 is what percent of 50? 47 is what percent of 50? So we know 50 is the number we want to find the percentage of, multiplied by, same thing we did up here, multiplied by y, which is our percentage, equal 47. 50 multiplied by a particular percentage, we don't know it yet, is equal to 47. What is that percentage? We divide both sides by 50, so we get y by itself. Y is equal to 47 divided by 50, which is equal to 0.94. Therefore, these three dots mean therefore. Therefore, y is equal to 94%. Alright, so what percentage is 47? 47 is what percent of 50? 47 is 94% of 50. Alright, and our last example. What percent of 19 is 17? What percent of 19 is 17? We do the usual setup. We don't have the percentage in this case, so we must find it. Divide both sides by 19. Y is equal to 17 over 19, which is equal to 0.894738. This is kind of too much, so we just leave it to, say, 3 decimal places. So we must round this 7 up to the 4, or round this 4 up to 5, because the 4th decimal is actually greater than 5, so we can round this up to 5. So it can be rewritten as 0.895, which is 89.5%. Alright, you see that rounding action? We rounded this elaborate decimal to 3 decimal places, which is 1, 2, 3. Because the 4th decimal is greater than 5, we round it up and the 4 becomes 5. Alright, so now we rewrite this entire thing as this. Let me just write this a little bit cleaner. Alright, so we rewrite this elaborate thing as this smaller, more clean decimal, and then we convert this decimal to percentage, which is we multiply it by 100 and get 89.5%. So 17 is 89.5% of 19. That's J2T. We have a lot more questions to go. Stay tuned.